Hey guys, today we're gonna be looking at lots of photos of my skin before, during, and after the BBL laser treatment. It's a treatment that you get at the dermatologist to target aging skin, sun-damaged skin, maybe some fine lines, but definitely discoloration. And then I'll talk as well about why I did it, what it was like for me, what it was like after, and would I do it again? So if that interests you, I hope you'll keep watching. If you enjoy this video at any point, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to have you subscribe, so let's get into it. First, if you're new here, I'm Allison, I'm the Pampered Wife. I'm 50 years old, aging naturally with the help of creams, retinols, whatever I can do, sometimes facials, and specifically, I would not call this a facial. This facial treatment called BBL. I went to my dermatologist's office and had a regular routine checkup, which I do every 6 months because I have the BRCA gene, and the type I have includes the gene for melanoma. Just FYI, if you have the BRCA gene, you may also have the gene for melanoma, so that's a thing. And while I was there, of course, my dermatologist has the most beautiful skin, and I commented to her about it, and she said, actually, I just had the BBL laser treatment done by one of my coworkers. It would totally be a great thing for you. You would benefit greatly. So I looked into it. BBL does target darker spots on the skin and just sun damage in general. So this definitely appealed to me. Well, we'll show my results afterwards, but I have makeup on and you can still see I do still have some dark spots here, and we'll discuss why that is. But let me go ahead and explain a little bit more about BBL. It's the Broadband Light Intense Pulsed Light IPL Fotofacial. It's just pulses of light energy, and it gently heats up the upper layers of skin, and then basically broken vessels and brown spots and pigmented spots that are caused by overproduction of melanin, which causes coloration in your skin, absorbs the light. Somehow this light destroys those spots, eliminating them from the skin, restoring your skin to a natural, clean, fresh canvas. My dog just laid on the cord to where the camera is hooked up. That's why it moved. So I'm just gonna read off this sheet that my dermatologist gave me. What conditions can be treated with BBL? Pigmented lesions like freckles, age spots, melasma, vascular lesions like small blood vessels, rosacea, and other micro-capillary flushing conditions, skin laxity, and uneven skin tone, especially with regular maintenance treatments every 6 months. You can do this anywhere on the body. Popular places are obviously the face, the neck, chest, back of the hands, but you can really do it anywhere. You don't want to do it on tanned skin because tanned skin has a lot of melanin in it, and the laser treatment won't maybe be able to distinguish. They recommend you avoid the sun for a couple weeks, wear your sunscreen religiously, don't use retinol before the treatment. They'll tell you those kinds of things. As far as how many treatments you need, I mean, these are the upfront questions, right? It's a really short procedure, so it takes like 15 minutes. Like 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how much work they have to do, I guess we'd say, or how much hyperpigmentation or discoloration you have that they're working to remove. But it usually takes between 2 and 3 treatments for the average person. They do recommend it every 6 months just to maintain the beautiful, porcelain looking skin. The best time of year to do this would be during winter when you're not going in the sun, unless of course you've got a cruise or some kind of beach vacation planned. So I did mine in the winter. I believe it was February. To do the procedure, they put, glasses, sort of like plastic opaque glasses over your eyes, and that's really it. For the appointment itself, they want you to arrive 30 minutes early so they can apply a numbing potion, but I forgot I have these photos first to share so you can see what my skin looked like in natural light. It's not the best, and my apologies, I'm not a professional videographer. I'm also not a dermatologist or any skincare specialist. If you can see, I've got some dark spots, and that's why. I mean, especially on the sides of my face, and one on my nose that's really bad. And then here I am at the doctor's office with the numbing cream all over my face. Now what I want to tell you is, I got there early, someone took me into a room, smeared this stuff all over my face, and left me to my own devices. Probably 30 minutes. It was casual. She was like, oh, come on in. I went in with a bare face. I don't even remember that she cleaned my skin or anything first. And the nurse or assistant applied this numbing cream all over my face with a spatula. I feel like I could have done a better job myself, especially since I knew where the dark spots were. It turns out where she put it on my neck, didn't even get the one spot, because I wasn't having my whole neck done, didn't even get the one spot that the doctor was treating, but that's okay. Then a different nurse, probably not an assistant, came in and the whole mood changed. She's like, here, and she handed me a washcloth and was like, go in the bathroom, wash your face, meet me in this other room. It was like, bam. I mean, I'd sat there reading my book with the numbing cream on. Oh, you do not want it on your lips, because it got some on my lips, and I don't even remember licking my lips, but I think I drank coffee and my tongue got a little numb. Then I went into the bathroom. She actually had me use Dawn dishwashing soap to wash my face, which is fine. Then I went into the main room, which looked more like a dermatologist's office where they perform procedures, which you can see the machinery here. The chair, that's where my glasses were that they put on my face, some ointment that they put on to allow the procedure to be smooth on my face. Before all of that, she wiped my face down with alcohol, sat me in the chair, tilted me back, and covered my eyes, and I was just laying there by myself waiting. Then the doctor came in. He said, you okay? You have any questions? And then he asked me, what should we do? How much should we do? How much swelling are you anticipating? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And he said, I'll just do what I was thinking. And I thought, well, that's for the best. I don't know if his questions were rhetorical, but I'm not good in medical environments, and this for me was a medical environment. So then, yeah, the nurse spread the goop all over my face. The doctor kept checking in. How you doing? How you doing? You okay? There was a scent of something burning, which it turns out are just the hairs. You know, you have vellum hairs on your face, and he did burn a little bit of this eyebrow, which here's my spot. So I wish he got that one, but I guess I must have had a spot here that I didn't realize. At one point he did have me put my tongue under my upper lip like that, so he could do all around there. It really didn't hurt. He got to my neck and there was one spot, I believe it's down here. I don't think it's this side. Maybe it is this side. He got to that one spot and it wasn't numbed, and it was totally tolerable. I don't know that I would have withstood it without any numbing cream on my face. Also, there was the nurse there with a fan blowing my face, cooling it down the whole time. That also helped the procedure go much better and be more comfortable. I think the numbing cream she didn't get it all over my nose, because I know part of my nose, maybe around the tip, it did hurt. But again, it was totally bearable. Then it was over. They left everything as it was, any goop that was on my face or anything, gave me an ice pack and told me to put that on around my face off and on throughout the day, make sure to wear sunscreen, and they sent me out the door. So here are some photos of me just after the procedure. Still in the doctor's office, you can see the redness. You can see I'm not uncomfortable, there's no swelling yet. He did use a laser, a different laser in certain spots where the darker spots were, like on the side of my nose, and I think that's just goop that maybe was peeling off, but I'm not sure. I got home and immediately put on my sunscreen and used the Rose Inc sunscreen because it's especially, I don't know if greasy or oily is the word, but it spreads around super easily. It just glides and it's super thick and it feels like a very comfortable face cream, and so that felt like something I'd be comfortable spreading on my freshly lasered face that maybe would be sensitive. They said that I might want to schedule some downtime for about a week while the discoloration and swelling went on. They did say expect some swelling and redness and it would feel like a sunburn. So then I was fine. I went out, I took a walk, just to walk my dog. I was talking on the phone. You can see already the dark spots are darker, and more spots that I'd never even seen started appearing, coming out on my skin, which is a good thing because the laser does target those spots and those spots kind of eat up the laser. That night, actually, the night of the procedure, I did not sleep well. And the next morning, I think I had a pretty good idea why. You can see how swollen I was. If I had it to do it again, I would apply the ice on and off throughout the day. I did not do that. Once I got home, I put the ice pack in the freezer and I was like, I'm fine, I don't need it. It doesn't burn, it doesn't hurt, I'm comfortable. I didn't think about the swelling, and the ice really would have been helpful to prevent that swelling. I also maybe would have slept a little bit in an incline, a little bit sitting up, I'm not sure, just to help with drainage, but you see I definitely was swollen and uncomfortable. That spot on the side of my nose really took to the laser. Already the swelling is starting to go down. I'm more comfortable, but I'm still, quite a bit swollen, chipmunk cheeks. I could feel it. My husband's like, I don't see anything, but I definitely did. You can see it under my eyes and around my jowls. Excuse me. This is another day that I filmed a video actually, and I went in with my face roller just to help get rid of some of the puffiness. But you can see the hyperpigmentation is really coming out nicely, like it's supposed to do. It felt fine to touch my skin. I tried not to scratch it or anything. And now I'm doing even better. I think it's starting to maybe peel a little bit where the deeper colors were on the side of my face and on my nose. The spot where he did it on my chest did start to get irritated because I think things just rubbed against it, and maybe at night I scratched it. It's definitely starting to scab up a little bit there on the side of my face. And some of the spots have started to come off, I think. I'm looking less dotted. I didn't do any scrubbing. I only did light cleansers, gentle, applied my sunscreen. But yeah, I'm still swollen for sure. I do have to say that after the first night, waking up that next morning when I was uncomfortable and swollen, I really didn't have much pain after that, but I didn't sleep sitting up or doing any of the things that I just mentioned that I would do because the swelling really was going down, everything was going well, and just applying things like my Blissoma hydrating face mask and trying to do everything I could to keep my face moisturized because you want these spots to heal on their own. You don't want to scratch or pick at them because that will potentially create scabbing. The only risks from this procedure are darkening of the treated skin, crusting, scabbing. There could be scarring if you aren't careful, or I guess it could depend on your skin, and then if it blades or anything because you scratched out or something, of course, there would be scarring. There could be infection, redness. Of course, as I mentioned, the hair removal, which was accidental. Well, some of it is necessary on the face, but part of the eyebrow hair got removed, which I'm thinking will grow back. I did have to put a Band-Aid on that spot on my chest because, like I said, it became really sore. Here it's definitely peeling, which is really good. Just when I washed my face, I showered as usual, didn't use hot water, tried to use warm water instead. As cool as was comfortable, but they didn't say you couldn't take a hot shower. He told me I could even go swimming in a pool with chlorine that same day if I wanted to, which I did not do. It's just progressing nicely. Everything is lightening up, healing the way it's supposed to. The swelling's about gone, but I really don't think anybody noticed. It didn't really impact my life. This is, I believe, February 5th, and you can see my skin looked so much better. I was so pleased. It looked really good. You can see the spots, what they are now. They're definitely not completely gone. Oh, I did have glasses on, I believe is what I just said. So some of that is the indentation from glasses on my face. But you can see all the little dots are completely gone. My skin looks so much better, clearer, more even toned. And then I definitely got some spots back. I have been outside. My son plays baseball. I always wear my sunscreen. But yeah, that spot's completely gone. I see another one that I should have had him do. But yeah, definitely I still do have lots of spots on my face and still have hyperpigmentation. I was scheduled to have a second treatment that I canceled because I was so pleased with how my skin looked. I thought this is good enough for now. I'll go back next year and do it. Now that I see where my skin is, it's like first it looks terrible and red and swollen and spotty, and then it's kind of scabby with the dark spots everywhere and still a little swollen. Then that all goes down and away, and your skin just looks clear and almost porcelain and beautiful. And then it's like whatever's left comes back out. I did not realize that I had canceled my appointment, even though I saw that, yes, I still have some work that could be done, but I was fine with it. Also, even though it wasn't that bad, I just was bothered by all the swelling. I hadn't expected that much swelling, and the doctor said that potentially the second time you swell more than the first. I just emotionally wasn't ready for that. I mean, I feel silly and like a baby telling you that, but that's why I canceled the appointment. I guess I should let you know my doctor charges $500 each session. So I feel like cost-wise, this is one of the more affordable treatments. Now it's March, it's spring. Like I said, my son has baseball and I'm outside a lot. I'm very good with my sunscreen. I'm not perfect. I'm not great at reapplying, but I definitely wear it and I do a good job slathering it all over. It's too late now for me to go do the second procedure. So would I do it again? Yes, the results were fantastic. Would I do 2 treatments next time? Probably. I wonder, since I've done 1 treatment, if I go next year and do it, if it'll still kind of build on this treatment, or if they're just so far apart that everything I got done with it will reappear just as bad as it was. I don't know. I'll find out. I would recommend doing at least the 2 treatments if you can afford it. I mean, I kind of regret not doing it, and at the same time, I just wasn't in a place to do it. So my overall summary of the situation is, if you have some dark spots that you have tried things on, like I do using skincare, and you're not really touching those dark spots. Oh, also, since I've had it, I don't know if you can tell in this light, but I feel like this is whiter. WHITER, whiter right here. Even though I have blush, I feel like, maybe if I get back, yeah. I feel like right here is just paler now than the rest of my face, which is kind of fine. I would like to go back and get this spot and work more on this and that one spot. I'd certainly recommend it if you're at all interested. It's worth going in and checking with your dermatologist. I highly recommend my dermatologist, and where I went, it was a very easy procedure. I went in for a consultation and then scheduled the appointment. Your doctor should tell you if you're a good candidate, because I have a feeling it doesn't work on deeper skin tones. You definitely want to see a professional. There are those risks that I mentioned. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. If you've ever done this, what your experience was, would you recommend it? In case other people read the comments, these things are really helpful. So that is my take on the BBL procedure. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful maybe to make your own decision on whether or not it's something you'd be interested in, if you try it. If you do, let me know. I'm really curious. Please leave a comment and a like if you made it this far. And as always, I hope you find some time to pamper yourself today. Bye.